pop up on my feed.
The connection should be fine because I was downloading at 73, or it's more the upload, but so that should be fine. So free practice, and then
21 minutes. So 21 minutes to 11 minutes is the BMW drivers. And then there's a 1 minute cooldown just because of how slow the BMW is and how the pit lane exit works here. If you left, well, the Cup car left when the BMW crossed the line with, 1 second before they effectively are time up to finish their lap, the Cup car will catch them pretty quickly. So that's why I said there's a minute cooldown from the 11 minutes to go in the session is when the time is finished for the BMW drivers. They will finish their lap like normal quali, like it's at 0, and then when it gets to 10 minutes is when the Cup cars can go out.
Yeah, to that changeover time, isn't there? Because you got the difference in.
Yeah, okay, cool. I was just listening to
speed. Yep. First 10 minutes BMWs. Timer gets to 11. Finish your lap. Return to the pits. Cup cars. How good are the Cup cars? How good are the Cup cars? Let's just have a look. Sorry, I wouldn't say it's a journey into the unknown, but I think given, we've had updates and whatnot, I'm just probably got to get the...
Yeah.
Things look a little bit different, don't they? Like, boom, that's the end of free practice. And then we go into our split quali now, don't we? So...
Yep.
Not just go return to garage. Gee whiz, Wilco, you got some time in your pocket there.
Dude, I love this car.
Have you been spending a lot of time around Watkins Glen as well, or just?
I didn't do many laps on the weekend because I was sort of busy. I did a few laps Monday night, but I sort of did, maybe 10 or so laps here in the Cup car. Then I did the BMW at Coda and the Super Trofeo at Indy, and then wasn't on last night, but then it was on tonight. Did a few, maybe 10 laps or so this afternoon.
Awesome.
15.
Awesome.
So it's fun. Good. It's good fun. Oh,
Voodoo, Nigerian Prince has joined us. Thank you, Voodoo.
I'm gonna leave just so I can make sure these guys are all good. So hopefully Bob joins soon, but if not, good luck. It's only a 30-minute race, so...
Yeah, that's all right. We're just finding our feet a little bit. Thank you.
Yep.
And all the best for the race. Yep. Or quali in the race.
Grazie.
Grazie, ragazzi.
Grazie.
Bye. Ciao. Thank you, Voodoo. Usually it's me, Voodoo, watching you on a stream, but tonight the shoe's on the other foot. Hope you're doing well. Going very, very well. Just getting ready for qualifying here, Mr. Nigerian Prince. Thank you for joining us, Chuck Norris. Practice race, practice stream tonight, and then tomorrow night is the big one, the practice race. Tonight just a test stream. The tables have turned tonight. We need to start playing Phasmophobia or something, don't we? Have you seen? Wondering if you've seen the new updates for that, actually, Voodoo. That's quite scary, actually. I hadn't played that for a few months since we jumped online the last time around. As we see the cars out onto the track, and if you're wondering how this qualifying session is going to work, we've got a split 21-minute qualifying session. 21 minutes. First 10 minutes are for the BMWs only. And then, when the timer gets to 11 minutes, they will finish their lap. I've seen the update, haven't played it yet, but want to sometime soon. Well, I can tell you, Voodoo, that it is quite scary. They sort of put you into this room at the start, where you get all your equipment, I think, and however else it works, but you'd probably know better than me, all of that stuff, but it is quite scary. As I wait for Bullseye Bobby Hoskins to join the commentary box, as we look at Son of Spawn Dad, as this track, Watkins Glen, part of the new USA DLC for Assetto Corsa, and including I think COTA, I think, is the other circuit, and Indianapolis, I think, home of the Indy 500. Formerly, all three tracks have hosted Formula One races, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, Geordie. Hello, Geordie. Here he is. Great to see you, Geordie. We're just doing something a bit different. Kota sucks. You're not a huge fan, Voodoo. I can tell you, I can never get the apex of turn 1 at that Circuit of America's ride. I can assure you, it's one that in 10 years or however long it's been in the F1 game or whatever game it is, I can never get that first corner right. So here comes Son of Spawn to start his hot lap. We might click drive and ride on board. No, we won't. We'll go back to the garage. And so Son of Spawn there on your screen. We might check out these new camera angles. What do you reckon, Geordie and Voodoo? Camera type. There's my Bingaling and his famous yellow, the Porsche. Coming out a little bit later, like we said. First 10 minutes of this qualifying session tonight is a BMW-only affair. And look at this beautiful onboard shot here. Back to the broadcast camera. And look at this. Spawn doing very nice work there as Voodoo off my Bingaling. I want to play with my Bingaling. Taylor is wondering what Daddy is going on about in the commentary box tonight. These cars are a lot of fun. Numbers slightly off, Wilco, but of course we've got 16, not 13, 16 signed up for tomorrow night. And now a bit of dash cam action, if you don't mind. And let me just get my trusty map of this beautiful circuit up, and let me just get it up. The track map, that is, and I'll show you now that we are coming around one of the very famous corners here. It's the phone's not working here, and Albert, Prince Albert, the King of Spain, is signed up for tomorrow's. My wife just letting me know to stop with the my Bingaling jokes. Actually thought that was working quite nicely to start the night off, but she's just sent me a message to let me know that that's not as funny as what I thought it was. But anyway, on to the main straight start-finish line. And in fact, across the line here at Watkins Glen, it's a 2:05.162. And my wife said, I'm making everybody uncomfortable. Thank you for that encouragement, dear. As you can get back to your bottle of Tempest 2 Shiraz, which I kindly went down and got for you not too long ago. As I digress, because 2:05.162 for Son of Spawn. Now we're going to go through these. Urban Ghost, where is he on the timing charts? He's got a 2:06.4. And then it's Harvey Mayo OC. I hope I have pronounced that correctly. 5 people watching, please. If you are watching, do not forget to follow this channel. I've got 10 followers. I would love to have more of you following us for the big one tomorrow night. And a new season on the way. That's right, on the way. We'll confirm those dates in due course. Oh, I want you to play with my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. Just one more for you, dear. As, boy, it's getting awfully hot in this commentary box, but 14 minutes to go in this session now. If you're just joining us, first of all, hello to you here on this Wednesday night. We've gone to the long shot there of Harvey in the BMW. So many corners here, so many famous corner names like the back straight. And the season, shush. He's doing the shushing emoji there. That means keep things under your hat. As Geordie says, watch out, Wilco. Binger might give you a ding-a-ling. That's very, very interesting there. But the back straight, that's an interesting name for a corner, isn't it? The S is the 90. Because it's 90 degrees, a lot of imagination went into that. The boot, the chute, the toe and the heel, because it looks like a foot. Very interesting stuff as we look at Harvey now. 2:06.8. These boys are just taking the mickey, I think. 2:06.4. Rex, we saw a shot of him there, just not on my level, says Voodoo. Chuck Norris, great to have you with us. Prince joining us all the way from Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. although he is from Nigeria. Sexy Rexy there, 6th, 2:04.3 for Son of Spawn. And Rexy, Sexy Rexy there on the mic. Son of Spawn, BMW. We've got a couple of minutes, 3 minutes in fact, before the BMWs have to come in and we get these beautiful looking Porsche Cup cars out on the track. Test stream tonight, of course, open practice. We've had that done and dusted, and a 25-minute race. I believe it's a 30-minute race, I beg your pardon, with one mandatory pit stop, 4 tyres. Please, if you're out there, give me a follow, because I've got this little counter that tells me when you've followed, and it's just a good bit of encouragement for the stream tonight. Like we said, this track here at Watkins Glen, one of 3 that have been added to the game as part of the USA DLC pack. $29 on the PS Store. If you haven't got it already, pick it up. It's absolutely fantastic. Along with Kota, a track that Voodoo does not like very much because he cannot work his voodoo magic on that particular circuit. And as well as Indy, of course, hosting the famous Indy 500. And as I might decide to flick through some of the other drivers with a couple of minutes left for the BMWs, Urban Ghost in 3rd, sitting on a 2:06.4. Bob is unavailable. Hello, possums! And he's not around. That is devastating news. But anyway, hopefully he can make it tomorrow night. The Englishman over there in Western Australia. Hope you're doing well over there. And hopefully there's no flooding. I think it's New South that's copping the brunt of it at the moment. So our prayers are with you up there in New South Wales. Everybody at Nowra, including Bradley, Marshall, and everybody up there at the Nowra Town Hall, and everyone up there just sending our prayers and our love. We've got about 90 seconds left of the BMWs before we kick into the Cup cars. There will be a minute's break. Evening, guys. Stream graphics look amazing compared to YouTube. And thank you, Jimbledon. We are rocking a crispy 4K, not quite 4K, 1080p, 60 frames a second. So that should be looking fantastic. Great to have you with us, Jimbledon. Don't forget, if you are not following my Twitch channel, we're going to be we're going to be sort of moving across from YouTube to Twitch in the upcoming weeks. Twitch does things so much better on that front. YouTube can downscale things and not getting quite the quality that you can get on Twitch. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Just a practice stream tonight. It is beautiful to hear your voice. You'll be hearing my voice and a lot of it. But just to see your comments, see that interaction, it's absolutely fantastic. And we've seen a lot of him, Son of Spawn. As we go to Urban Ghost now, we might just do something a little bit different and ride on board. And look at this. Here we go for a first-hand view of this beautiful Watkins Glen circuit. 7:10 p.m. local time. Currently P3 for this man. Dan, better not see that comment. Thank you, Geordie. And here we go. Left, 3rd gear. Through this very narrow part of the circuit now. Sweeping left-hander coming up, taking it in about 4th gear. 150. You can see in the bottom right the throttle. Suzuki Dan. There we go, go bowling. Here we go onto the start-finish straight now. P3, 2:06.465. Last time around it was a 2:06.482. And he goes slightly quicker, but not enough to jump any further up the grid, unfortunately. A 2:06.285 for Urban Ghost on that occasion, as I reckon we've got the BMW guys in the pits. And now we've got the Porsche cars. Look at Sexy Rexy, yippity yippita. And just getting awfully wide through that corner, coming up to the hairpin now, otherwise known as the toe. And now round to the boot and then the heel. Rex going full send. Chuck Norris, I've got to say that he wasn't leaving anything on the table at the moment, as there we have it, Rex absolutely on it here. Jason Wilkinson, the man from Carrum Downs, flying solo tonight, of course, in the commentary box, missing the great Chuck Norris, but it is great to have you on the Twitch stream tonight from the great man himself. Of course, Nigerian Prince, all over Twitch. Don't forget to head across to his channel and leave a follow and do all that sort of stuff. Sent more money than I care to remember, but not quite as much as Wilco, of course, who's sent more Cheerios than I have. It's not something I'm proud of either, by the way. We need to get you back streaming so I can get donating again, Voodoo. As Rex comes across the line, he's finished his warm-up lap. There are the BMWs in the pits with just a tick under 8 minutes left in this session. Good vibes, as you can see there on the PS5. How good is the quality? 7 people! 7 people. I'm just going to check how many people are following me at the moment. Absolute whore for those numbers, let me tell you, as I jump onto Twitch. Voodoo, Nigerian Princess, I will be back soon. Just taking a bit of time, a bit of a break to mentally reset. It's something that's very important, Voodoo, that's for sure. And take all the time you need. We will be here for you when you are back streaming, my friend. And yeah, looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to the next 7 minutes or so, and I hope you are too, wherever you're watching right around the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, like we always say. Wilco, everybody. You can see there the track quite congested as these boys in the Porsches trying to come around and start a hot lap. Let's have a look. Let's go return to garage. As I'll click drive, I'll get back out of that camera, back to the broadcast cam, just to see who's doing what at the moment. You can see the track map in the bottom corner of your screen, and the boss off to the right there. I think he may have made a mistake coming out of the shoe, or the boot, or whatever it's called, but he's going to have to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, I reckon, because that is a big mistake there for the boss, and he is going to have to reset, of course. Yellow flags out, and the tyres, of course, no tyre blankets, so they're going to have to spend an extra lap or so warming those tyres up. And if you are just joining us, hello to you. I've got to say, my channel now has 13 followers. 13! This is amazing, and very proud of everyone out there watching. And I'm talking to myself tonight, but a big hello to Bob Hoskins, who couldn't make it to the commentary box, but Bullseye Bobby over there, the suave Englishman. Hello, possums! Let's hope he's back tomorrow night. My dog looking at me like, what the hell is going on there? But 5.5 minutes left in this session. Wilco on your screen with a 149.717. Ahead of good vibes, but these times will tumble, that's for sure. As we've got 5 people watching the stream now. Hello and welcome to each and every one of you here on Twitch. We're doing something different. We're on Twitch, folks. And like I said, we're going to be moving across from YouTube to Twitch. And as we saw Chuck Norris mention a moment ago, a lot of advantages over on Twitch. Better quality of the stream, of course, as you've seen tonight. More options in every other department. And I can say now that we've got Harvey, the Beamers, the boss now, after a slight mistake earlier on. He's going to have to get a move on here at the moment. And with 4.5 minutes left, where is this session going, ladies and gentlemen, here at Watkins Glen? Slightly wide, and he's off again, is he? No. He manages to keep it all facing in the right direction. The marshal waving the white flag. Also waving a yellow one. I'm not sure what's going on there, but this is a very important lap using every bit of the track available to him as the boss comes across. The boss, the start-finish line, and he goes into second position. So, and off, spinning into the barrier. He's in the fence, the boss, back into the pit lane, but he has set a 140, must be a 150 almost, I reckon there. 148.2 for Wilco, the boss. 1.7 further back, and then it's Good Vibes in third, so the grid quite spread out as somebody else was around there. Who was that? It may have been Rexy, sexy Rexy, yibbada yibbada, yabba dabba doo. There's Rexy Buckingham there in, well, he should be ahead of the BMWs, but 3 drivers yet to set a time. including that bloke in the Lamborghini, the 563 Lamborghini in spectator mode. And as you can see there, a 148.2 for Wilco, as we're going to go back to see some of the on-track action now. Riding on board with our pole man for the Porsche class, Jason Wilkinson. And you can see there, down to second gear. This car, he's got this car well and truly hooked up, that's for sure, as we see him coming through. Let's just hear that beautiful natural sound of the Porsche. The Cup car's very nice indeed. A slightly hairy moment there for Wilco. Onto the start-finish straight. What's it going to be? Is he going to improve? Yes, he does. A 147.957. So the first man in the Cup cars into a 147. That is some serious pace on this Watkins Glen track here tonight. The track rubbering in very nicely indeed. The tyres, brakes, wheels, everything up to pressure. And you can see riding on board here tonight the undulation of this circuit. It is very up and down, old school circuit, hosted Formula One many years ago. Right, left. Oh, you don't want to get too greedy into there and take too much curb. Next thing you'll be facing the wrong way there through the chicane. Around the right hander now. Here he comes. We're going through the outer loop. We've been through the inner loop, the outer loop, now the chute as he enters the boot. Very difficult part of the circuit here to get right, but can he go quicker? Let's have a look. We'll see if we can check the delta up in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Slight oversteer on that occasion. He's a tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths down on this lap, with only a few corners to go. Here he comes. Nice exit, up the hill, up to 4th gear, down to 3rd gear. Keeping it steady there through the gap. He's 5 tenths down now, so will he keep going with this lap? He's got less than a minute to go now. We'll stay on board with Wilco for the end of this lap, then we'll see what everyone else is doing. Yellow flags are out. And here we go across the line. He can't improve. It's a 148.0. He's up on this lap again, though. We'll get back to Wilco in a moment as somebody is into the pits. That was my bing-a-ling. My wife doesn't like me singing that song. Reckons it's cringy, and that is bad news for Rex Buckinghamshire, because he is off the track, and that is going to affect his lap big time. In fact, he's 3 seconds down, and he will have to abort this lap, you'd reckon, or is he going to keep pushing on to try and get around to start another one? Yellow flags are out. Here we go, the Beamer boys in the pits. Good vibes. Can he get around? I think he managed to make it through and start another lap. As there we go, we'll return to the garage and see Wilco in P1. P1 Wilco, 147.957 for him. Figo, 1.3 further back, I should say. Good vibes, 1.7 slotting into 3rd. The boss, 2 seconds off the pace, and my Bingerling and also Sexy Rexy yet to set a time. I don't think Binger's going to set a time here, ladies and gentlemen, but it's going to be up to Rexy, Sexy Rexy, to get this one done. The time is ticking. In fact, the time is up. I think we've got another couple of cars still on their laps. Number 19, that has to be Jason Dunstall. That's number 19. I'm thinking of the great Jason Dunstall, of course. Voodoo. I have to admit, I miss the sound of the Porsches. Oh, that comment just went too quickly. Heaps harder on iRacing, though. And, oh, Rexy getting a little bit slidey there, getting the tail of that one out. And you can see slight damage on the front of his car. Wilco with a 147.7 has gone quicker. And that's the end of his session. Figo in the pits, good vibes. Here he comes. He's going to be the first, I reckon, to cross the line. Through the final couple of corners here. Time ticking down. 90 seconds to race start here, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the final corner, pretty good exit on that occasion. He comes across the start-finish line. What's it going to be? No, it's not quicker, and we're going to go back. And 46 across the line. That's Sexy Rexy. Where is that going to put him? It is going to put him up into 5th place, slotting in behind the boss there, of course. So this is going to be a very interesting race. The session has come to an end, and we are going to return to the garage. Yes, we've done that. And there you have it. So your final qualifying results, of course, we saw the BMWs going out for the first 10 minutes of the session, followed by the Porsche Cup cars. And it is Jason Wilkinson for the Porsche class, 147.7, the class of the field, 1.5 seconds ahead of Figo, 2428. Good vibes, a further 4/10 back in P3. The boss, 2.2 off the pace in 4th. And Sexy Rexy slotting into 5th place, 2.6 seconds off the pole position time. And J-Mads tried running it the other night, spent a lot of time in the wall, Voodoo, and that was fun, says the great man Wilco. Of course it's fun if you're on pole by a second and a half. Very much like Ayrton Senna in Monaco. Was it in 88? Great lap that was. Anyway, we are getting ready to... you've gotten slower, Wilco. Fastest lap I've done by a 10th. Even touched the wall on the last corner. I tell you what, he's not going to be happy because we were riding on board with someone else, but he'll be able to watch this back tomorrow at work on the stream, and he won't hear me say that until some time tomorrow. Here we go, 90 seconds. We'll go through your grid order, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hit drive, don't hit drive. PS5 must be slow, J-Mads. Need you to jump on and have a race at Imola. And who could forget that, Wilco? The night you committed daylight robbery, the great train robbery, Ronnie Biggs, Wilco Biggs, just snatching J-Mads. Snatching, I think, was it second? No, it was the win. Was it the win or second place? Who could forget that? But right at the last moment. And it was the win, wasn't it? Yes, who could forget that? And, yep, where am I going? Who said my short-term memory or long-term memory's gone? But here we go, 47 seconds to go. We've got Wilco alongside him heading into turn 1, Figo. And Mads saying he let him win. So could this be a little bit of match fixing? We've seen this in the AFL with the Brownlow medal, Mads. And don't tell me you're into that sort of stuff too.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, we've got the call. We've got the call. Should I click drive? Should I click drive? Somebody tell me whether I should. It's flashing at me. Race of the century. 20 seconds. 20 seconds to go. Thank you for that, race director. The boss. And then the final Porsche in 5th place. Son of Spawn. Harvey, Urban Ghost, Binger, and yours truly spectating the action. 4, 3, 2, 1... Does drive break the PS5 when in spectator mode? I don't think so. Send it, Trev. Thank you, Manaford. And, oh, bugger it. I'll hit drive anyway. Let's have a look. We're going to change these cameras around. Bit of a test night. And Wilco leading them off the line there, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that. Wilco, then it's... Binger in second. I think we are alive. No crashing today, says Chuck Norris, all the way from Adelaide in South Australia. And I think these boys are just getting... what are we doing here? I think we're sorting out the different... the BMWs and the Porsches, are we? I think Figo's still in the pits. And we can see what's happening there. We can't go back to the garage now, so forget about that. As we're just doing a bit of a formation lap. I think we are doing that. Yes, we are. And this will be a 30-minute race with one mandatory stop for tyres. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Strategy will come into play. This camera is kind of sick, I'm not going to lie. And it looks very nice indeed. 7:03 p.m. local time. We must. This must be a formation lap as we come through the inner loop chicane. And yeah, formation lap, I reckon, because the timer hasn't started, has it? So just a 30-minute race tonight. And we're going to get down to more serious business tomorrow night, of course. Don't forget to tune in to Twitch for that. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. 13 followers now on Twitch. Let's just check and see if that's improved over the last few minutes. We are live, that's for sure. The quality is crisp. Crisp from all reports. 13 followers. Absolutely fantastic. Practice stream night here on Assetto Corsa at Watkins Glen as we're coming through the toe at the moment. Getting ready for the start of this race. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Don't you worry about that. Do not go anywhere. 13 minutes of action coming up. Let us know where you're watching from. Are you watching on the couch? Are you watching from the office? From the man cave? Let us know where you are watching from. All 4 of you gorgeous people out there. As you can see, warming up the tyres, of course, very important to get those temperatures in. Wilco first. Good Vibes second. The boss. There we have it. Almost getting ready to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen. We might switch these cameras up to make it a bit more interesting. You can see there, Son of Spawn. Haven't called his name too much. Good to see him on. Urban Ghost. You can see the cars getting into their positions. Harvey, the BMW boys. Figo still in the pits. Now, if someone would be kind enough to let me know what is going on with Figo there in the 912 Porsche, that would be fantastic. But Wilco ready to lead them off. Effectively the pace car here tonight, of course, as we get ready to go racing. Like I said, 7:05 p.m. local time as we take a look inside the car. Good vibes. We are almost ready to go racing. The roar of the Porsche engines alongside the BMWs. We are ready. We are just about to go. We're green. It is green, 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 which means go, go, go. Wilco gets the perfect start. The perfect rolling start as we head into turn 1. And it looks like it's Sexy Rexy there in second, I believe. And Sexy Rexy there, Son of Spawn. The BMW, we might head back to the garage, I reckon, ladies and gentlemen, to keep an eye on this position, on the order. Lap 1, look at this. Wilco leads. Good Vibes, but it's mighty close there for 3rd and 4th. I reckon Sexy Rexy has got the boss on this occasion. And you can see it's got Son of Spawn there. As the field just sorting the positions, just sorting themselves out. Like we said, 30-minute race, mandatory pit stop. Away we go. Lap 1 of this race, and Wilco with a 1 second lead already. Fantastic. And then it's Sexy Rexy 1 second further back. It's the boss and Good Vibes 4th and 5th. My Bingaling says, let's go and play with my Bingaling. And look how close he is to Good Vibes there, all over the back of that Porsche. And Binger! Where's Binger? It's getting very spicy early on. The marshal's waving a green flag. I reckon he's had a moment. And he is well back. He was all up in Good Vibes' business. And it is getting very spicy, Nigerian Prince. More commonly known as Chuck Norris to his friends. Bit of damage indeed. Let's have a look at the front of the number 913 Porsche. And you can see a little bit of, is it just aesthetic damage? That's a tough word to say, isn't it? Try English, kid buyers, if you will. But, well, that is going to put him in no man's land, I reckon, here tonight. Because he's a long way behind Good Vibes. And we've got a purple. Now, does that mean that Sexy Rexy is setting the pace here? Purple, of course, the colour that you would associate with the fastest lap of the race. At least in Formula 1 terms, anyway, on the timing screens. And look at that. That gap is closing ever so slightly. And we have got a race on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it. Rex just over a second behind Jason Wilkinson at the moment. Rex almost having a moment right on the ragged edge as we come up the hill now. Then it's the boss in 3rd, Good Vibes in 4th, Bingaling in 5th. And let's have a look at the BMWs as well, if you don't mind. It is Harvey and Urban Ghost. Look at that, some damage on the front of the number 1 BMW. So he has been up to some mischief, I reckon. We haven't seen it on the stream, but it's Harvey just ahead of Urban Ghost. There we can see Son of Spawn ahead of them all, leading in fact in the BMW class. Just the 3 BMWs in the field. Figo in the pit lane, still Urban Ghost behind Harvey, behind Son of Spawn, and trialling these BMW cars out. Let's have a look what's happening. Oh, Rex, that is not the line you need to be taking out of that corner, and we saw him make contact with the wall. Not sure what you saw there, Chuck Norris, but you could see that he was awfully wide coming out of that corner there, and that may have done some damage to his car. That gap, 1.4, what is it this time? 1.8 seconds. So he's lost about 0.8 of a second, almost a second there on that last lap. 2 laps in, the boss in 3rd. 4th in the Porsche for Good Vibes, my Bingaling, after that accident on the opening lap. Well down the field now, 5 seconds off of Good Vibes. And let's have a look at the Beamers, the Beamer boys. It's Son of Spawn, the number 54, coming around, purple and green. Should never be seen unless there's a colour in between. And in this case, it is a very quick BMW, that's for sure. Son of Spawn doing very well. Harvey, with all that damage on the front of his car, doesn't seem to be slowing him down too much. We've got a yellow flag, I reckon. The number 911, is it the boss? He's back in the pit lane. What has happened there? We might check the replay out. Oh dear God, what have I done now? What have I done now? Oh, there we go, it's come back. I didn't think we'd get that back. As we're going to change the car, the 911. Let's have a look at what's happened here. We might speed up things. Let's have a look. We're flicking through. Sorry, I should have put a seizure warning on that. Hang on, we're just going to see what happened with the boss here. Lap 3, there we go. It's coming soon. Let's have a look. Was there contact? Was there contact there? Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's have a replay of that. You can see getting onto the curbs and straight into the barrier there. So that's what caused the incident for the boss. If we can exit the replay mode, yes, we will. Thank you for that. The official GT World Challenge game drive. And he is in the pits. Meanwhile, out in front, that gap now 3.1 seconds for Wilco. And he is absolutely flying. A 148.002 qualifying pace, if you don't mind. And he is matching it superbly. My Bingaling, along with Sexy Rexy. Son of Spawn now will get back to the garage. Let's see those standings. Lap 3, and Wilco leaving nothing on the table here. As you can see, he is absolutely on it. That gap, 6.6 now, back to Rex Buckingham. And then a further 6 back to Good Vibes. So the first 3 very spread out. Binger making a comeback. 1.9 seconds further back behind Good Vibes. Then it's Son of Spawn leading the BMW charge. First of the BMWs, then it's followed by Urban Ghost. 2.8 seconds behind Spawn as someone's gone off. And there's a good thing we've got the runoff area out there. There is a yellow flag again. Is it for the Boss 260 GT? He's in the pit lane. I'm not sure why there is still a yellow flag up for that. Figo didn't get going, of course, from the start of this race. Here's Wilco out on his own. P1 Wilco, P1. Wilco, you will not have the drink. You will not have the drink. But he can have a drink afterwards if he wins this race. 22 minutes and some spare change left in this one. Everybody's nervous. Everybody is wondering how this one's going to turn out. And Rex, it looked from the long shot there like he did go into the wall coming out of the final corner. Unconfirmed, of course. And you can see second place now. A bit of damage on the side of that car. One suspects he did go into the wall. That yellow flag still not getting cleared up there. Good Vibes. Oh, look at this. Good Vibes has run wide and My Bingaling has got him on this occasion. So was it a mistake from Good Vibes, or Binger is on fire now? Like we said, on the comeback try. Oh, that is not what you need to be doing there, Good Vibes. Further damage for the car. Is he going slowly? Is he going slowly now? The number 640. And Good Vibes down to 4th. So the final Porsche car, you can see the damage on the front. We might wait and see what happened there. But that gives Binger a chance to start making tracks towards Sexy Rexy in 2nd. Let's have a look at the Beamer boys. Son of Spawn leading up the BMW class here tonight ahead of Urban Ghost. 3.4 seconds further back. Then it's Harvey Mayo OC. Still not saying that right. I'm sure his mum's going to call up the stream and let us know how to say that. Thank you for that, Mrs. Harvey Mayo. And the boss is out. The boss is out, so one would suspect that he's cleared up the damage, had his mandatory pit stop, he's come into the pits, now he's out again. And he's going to be a long, long way back. Can he catch back up to the back of the Porsche Cup pack? That rhymes, of course, in the next 21 minutes. He's got a lot of work to do. Meanwhile, this man is in the lead by 10 seconds as we go through the field once again. It is a 10-second gap as we're going to ride on board with this man. You can see there the blue helmet, the blue and purple. Very much the colours of Jason Wilkinson. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that 1:47.745... is that quicker than his pole position time? I'm not too sure. I'm going to have a look back on the stream, I reckon. As you can see the master at work there, right, left. Look at the wheel. Look at the work that's going into that wheel there. 4th gear. Up into 5th. And you can see making some adjustments there. And he is absolutely on it, isn't he? 10.1 seconds, look. That gap back to Sexy Rexy. Here's My Bingaling. What is the gap between My Bingaling and Rex Buckingham, I hear you say? Not too sure, but 149s for Binger. A 149 flat. His best lap, his last lap, a 149.3. So that is a long way off the pace compared to Wilco, of course. And 48.8. The best lap for Sexy Rexy, a 150.0, as we've got a yellow flag. And we're going to go through the field and see who that is. I believe somebody has come a cropper somewhere. You can see the difference there between that and the BMWs. If we go to one of the BMWs there, you can see they are doing laps roughly 17, 18 seconds slower than the Porsche Cup cars, the BMWs. And you can see there, will traffic become an issue? Urban Ghost behind, you can see there, P6 of course, but P2 out of 3 in his class. And then it's Harvey then in 3rd, still with that damage on the front of his car. You can see there, you can see the difference in speed, of course, between the BMWs and the Porsche Cup cars. We've only got 18 minutes left in this race. As we keep going through now, return to garage if you don't mind. So that gap's steady. In fact, out in P1, Wilco looking nice, travelling along very nicely indeed. No damage to that car, no other issues. Still got to make his mandatory pit stop, of course. But he has plenty of time in his pocket to do that. Sexy Rexy in 2nd, My Bingaling. 6.6 back. Can Binger catch Rexy before the end of this one? He's got plenty to do. Good Vibes in 4th there as we take a look at the Beamer boys. So this gap still 3.9 seconds. But you can see there that Urban Ghost keeping Spawn relatively honest. And Son of Spawn not exactly scampering away into the distance, but that gap's quite steady, isn't it? 3.9 seconds there. Urban Ghost, then it's Harvey, Mayo. The boss back into the pit lane now and out of it again, so he has made that mandatory pit stop. In fact, he's made another one as well. And I believe that he's gone 4 laps down here, if I'm not mistaken, back out onto the circuit. Seems to be in some clear air as we go. Figo didn't get going, and neither did that man too down there in P10. Looks like I'm on for a points finish tonight, and all I've done is talk about it. As we can see, Wilco now, this is going to be interesting to see how he negotiates this traffic he's coming up to. Let's have a look, and if we can get back to Wilco, you can see coming up to the slower BMWs, of course, about 16, 17 or so seconds slower. And he negotiates the BMW quite easily indeed there. Goes through Son of Spawn. Now, we had a rather interesting looking dash cam here. We'll see if we can find it. Here it is. And we're driving off the instruments. We've got our instrument rating here. You can see, look at this. We've got our current lap, gear, speed, brake bias, everything. You name it, we've got it here. And this is letting us know absolutely everything at the moment. You can see there that gap. 147.745. That is absolutely flying. Through the left-hander, coming up to the final corner, you can see 7:20 local time. And in he comes, Wilco, we're on board for this. Into the pits, limiter on, down to 50 kilometres an hour, first gear. And you can see there we might keep going through, I reckon. And the boss goes through, good vibes. Binger also into the pits, along with Urban Ghost. So let's have a look. We'll see the order. Wilco, now he comes in, stops on the markers. And the invisible pit crew go to action. So roughly we've got a half an hour race. Wilco pitting bang on halfway. Half the race gone, half still to go. And you can see there he is in the pits. Nothing exciting about that. Good vibes. Will go through and go up into a net race lead, of course, but he is yet to stop. Sexy Rexy also in the pits along with Binger. The 2 yellow Porsches still having fun. You're still having fun and you're still the one. Thank you for that, Wilco, who's got the fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely flying. And Rex, the two yellow Porsches also in the pits, like I mentioned. Son of Spawn is also doing very nicely indeed in the Porsche class. You can see he's leading the way in the BMW class, I beg your pardon. And Harvey's got all sorts of damage, front, sides. And he's seen the wall once or twice, I reckon. So you can see the drivers who have made their pit stops now as Wilco comes back out onto the circuit. He's made his stop, so has Binger. And Urban Ghost just coming out of the pit lane. The boss well down the field, but still running, getting some valuable practicing time in, it has to be said. Also on the live stream as well. Spotlights VIP day starts one day only, 60% off selected drapes and blinds. Not sure why I've got that message. It's actually not to me, it's to my wife, who I told not to buy anything else because we're saving up to get that shower fixed in the front bedroom. But I'm digressing once again because with 13 minutes to go in this race, we are going to check the Twitch followers, see what's happening there. Let's have a look. And I can tell you that 13 followers. We've picked up 3 extra followers tonight. We've been on air for 49 minutes. How good is this? How do we see the chat there, Chuck Norris? Can you let us know what's happening in the chat? And no, that's just me talking. But great to have each and every one of you online tonight. 6 people still watching. Hang in there, folks. We've got a dozen minutes left. And we're riding with the boss. He is absolutely flying. And you can see there he is 4 laps down though. But anyway, Urban Ghost, what's he up to? Son of Spawn, like we said, still leading the way in the BMWs. And Rexy, sexy Rexy. A little bit more sideways action. Not the first time we've seen that tonight. But when is Good Vibes coming in? Because with 12 and a half minutes in this race, mandatory pit stops, ladies and gentlemen. he will or should be coming in sooner rather than later. Here he comes, good vibes, lap 9 of this race. 18 minutes in, 12 minutes remaining, 18 gone, 12 left. Here at Watkins Glen, if you're just joining us, part of the new Assetto Corsa DLC content pack. $29.95 from all good PlayStation stores near you. And with that, you get 3 circuits, of course. Indianapolis, the famous Brickyard COTA, the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas, or near Austin, Texas. And as well as this one, Watkins Glen, hosting the Formula One Grand Prix, the US Grand Prix a few times, I think 1973-ish, as here comes Good Vibes into the pits. And now what I want everyone to do at home is look into the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You'll see a track map. Now the important part here is, as we see the number 640 come in, is where is the number 19? You can see him coming around that little green dot, a couple of corners before the end of the lap. Here's Wilco, and you can see him using all of the track available to him. And is he going to get out before Good Vibes? I reckon he's going to have some time in his pocket. It was about 10 seconds when he came into the pits, and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Good Vibes. There's no worse a feeling as a racing driver when you're sitting stationary in the pit lane, and here he comes on the left. Here he comes, there he goes, optimal track conditions, 23 degrees, perfect. No real wind to speak of. The boss into the pits again, keeping his pit crew busy. There goes Wilco through into the lead once again on his merry way. He dominated in qualifying, and it looks like he is dominating. Could get the Grand Slam, fastest lap, pole position, race win. Wouldn't be the first time he's done that, of course, in the Porsche cars. Very adept with these Porsche cars. Gotta love that sound. I know it's something that myself and the Nigerian Prince talk about at length, is the beautiful sound of these Porsche Cup cars. As it's not all about Wilco, though, I hear you say, as we take a look at Binger now up to second. So he's jumped. There's Good Vibes out of the pits. What happened to Sexy Rexy? He's down in 4th position there. So I'm not sure what happened to Rex. A bit of a long pit stop, or has he had a mistake somewhere? Could possibly have got that damage repaired as Son of Spawn. A little bit wide there for the BMW driver. Urban Ghost still second in class. Harvey, the boss, 4 laps down into the pits. Is that his night done? 911. And he doesn't quite need to call 911 at the moment, but I've got to say he's kept that pit crew awfully busy. 911 and 912 in the pits together. 563, ooh, Lamborghini also in the pits. But here is Wilco leading, fastest lap of the race. Coming up to one of the BMWs. I think that's Son of Spawn yet again. This must be the second time he's coming up to clear that BMW. But how good is this track? Old school track. That's what we love. Oh, wow. That is bad news for Son of Spawn, who just looked to lose the front end. The boss goes through, but where is Urban Ghost? Where is Urban Ghost? I reckon Son of Spawn's got plenty of time in his pocket here, but what damage has he done to that car? As we just saw him spear off the circuit there in front of our Porsche Cup leader. And what damage has he done to that car? You can see he's got plenty of time in his pocket. Son of Spawn, number 54. You can see number 9. He's got a fair bit of damage there on the front of that car. Look at that dreadful news for Son of Spawn. Look at that damage. That is going to have a huge impact with 7 minutes, though. 7 minutes. You can see the front and the left-hand passenger side, or the right-hand passenger side, I beg your pardon, taking a mighty wallop. And that is not good for Son of Spawn. But can he keep it? Can he keep it going? He just needs to keep going, doesn't he, to take the win in the BMW class here tonight. Harvey, further back, the boss 5 laps down. This quickly becoming a test session for the boss. in the 911 car. 7 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. That's all there is, ladies and gentlemen, left in this one. As the sun sets here at Watkins Glen. What a race it's been. Only a practice race, but it's been fantastic to bring it to you. And don't forget, we've got more action for you tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's another practice race, but it's a more serious practice race, if you know what I'm trying to say. 16 drivers have signed up for already. So tonight, a practice race, if you know what I mean. But less than 7 minutes remaining now. Wilco leading the Porsche guys. Binger a fair way behind him. Then again, anything's possible. Good vibes in third. Here's Sexy Rexy, who's lost a lot of time throughout this race. So like I said, whether he had some damage or something. Son of Spawn into the pits. Well, this is very interesting. Has he got a pit stop in his pocket there? Is he going to repair all of that damage? Let's wait and see. We'll keep an eye on Urban Ghost. Only 2 or 3 corners between him and the end of this lap. Is he going to jump Son of Spawn here? This will be very interesting indeed. As he comes up now. Final couple of corners. You can see there, I reckon, he's still in the pits. Still in the pits. Has he retired? Has he? No, I beg your pardon. What am I saying? He's still in the pits. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Urban Ghost. Urban Ghost. Has my wife messaging me. 5.5 minutes to go in this race. If you can hear me, acknowledge. Do you acknowledge? 5 minutes remaining in this race. That's right. 9:01 Eastern Time. Big hello to you wherever you're watching us right around the world. Big Daryl Eastlake. Oh, where did that come from, Daryl Eastlake? Just rest in peace, Big Dazza. And I reckon Urban Ghost has got him. What on earth's happening there? Urban Ghost then, and Son of Spawn. Has he come out ahead? Has he come out ahead of Urban Ghost? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. So Urban Ghost leading the BMW class now, the number 9, after Urban Ghost just spearing off of the track there, right in front of Wilco, and still some damage to the front of that BMW. So it's Urban Ghost, Harvey, Son of Spawn. So he's lost out big time here. Son of Spawn, not sure whether he just wanted to get some of that damage fixed up. The boss still circulating there. P5 in his class, of course, out of 6. Figo not getting to the start of this race. And 13 laps having gone in this one. Wednesday night, KRL, Kid Buyers Racing League. Great to have you with us. Live and exclusive on Twitch, if you don't mind. And don't forget, if you are watching this and you haven't followed already, make sure you follow the channel.